Many of a global automakers are now have built a consensus that the battery EV is the future. The only exception will be Toyota. So aside from Toyota, majority of Japanese automakers are now accelerating their transition into battery EV. We mentioned about Nissan, and obviously there was a big commitment from the top management of Honda. So at the moment, when you see the battery EV adoption, Korean automakers are ahead of Japanese peers. And obviously the Korean company kind of benefit from their close partnership with the Korean battery cell maker, the EV value chain. So put themselves as slightly ahead of the race among the Asian global automakers in our view. About the EV value chain, the strength of Korean companies mainly coming from compatriot and tight relationship between the automaker and cell makers, and obviously with the value chain. So this gives them some bit of like advantage. But we do expect many of Japanese automakers, including Nissan next week, to come up with the more details about how they're gonna form their value chain on EV side.
What's holding Toyota back, James, and why has it been so slow to adapt?
Well, yeah, that's a $1 million question. Well, when you look at the Toyota, obviously the company has a very broad, diversified the portfolio of the powertrain, and obviously they are the leader in the hybrid space. And hybrid is actually the higher profitable business for the company. So I think what holds them back is the fact that they have to give up this high margin business and start their low margin business from the beginning. And obviously the practical reason in Japan is that a lot of infrastructure are still being generated by fossil fuel, and that's one of the reasons. And obviously having a big legacy network is maybe another reason for them to being slow in the adoption.